Hey, welcome to Let's Go. Today's title is Because You Are Young. So, you ready? Let's go. So we're visiting some friends here in Nebraska, and it's a really beautiful place, and they really live in a really nice neighborhood too. So I decided to go for a small walk the other day, and walking through their neighborhood, I actually saw a small little playground. So I thought, hey, let's go check it out. And I went, and it was really pretty cool. So I want to show it to you. Let's go check it out. It's not that far of a walk. Playgrounds have a way of bringing childhood memories to life. I mean, it's fun thinking about childhood memories. I mean, no cares, no worries, little to no responsibilities. But you're not a child anymore. You're growing up. Okay, we're here. Let's go check it out. Let's face it. There are times when you know better. When you know better. But just because you're young, is it okay to willingly make wrong choices? Think about it. When we were children, we rarely ever thought about the consequences to our actions. We just did what we wanted because it sounded fun, right? But as we get older, that has to change. It has to change. Because if it doesn't, it can lead into some serious problems. Now, even though Timothy was a young preacher, look at what Paul said to him. He said, "Do not let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in life, in love, in faith, and purity. Until I come, devote yourself to the public reading of Scripture, to preaching, and to teaching." Now, yes, you might be young, but that doesn't mean you have to be immature. It doesn't mean you have to be irresponsible. Just because you're young, that shouldn't be a license for you to be making bad choices. Look at our verse again. Do not let anyone look down on you because you are young. That means that odds are they're going to look down on you. It's the natural tendency for adults to look down on youth. Why? I'll tell you why. Because it's the youth of almost every single generation that has learned this horrible habit of hitting the pause button on maturity, hitting the pause button on learning to grow up, hitting the pause button on learning responsibility. But what does our verse say? It says, "But set an example for the believers in speech, in life, in love, in faith, and in purity." To set an example in speech, life, love, faith, and purity. Wow. Listen to me. You can do this. You can do this. Let these words resonate in your heart. Be the example. Give people a reason to look at you differently. No matter how people look at you right now, no matter what they think of you at this very moment, show them what Yahweh is making you into from the inside out. Set the things of your past behind. Don't worry about those things. Set them behind you. At this moment forward, start moving forward in what Yahweh is wanting you to become. Grow in it. Is it going to happen overnight? No, it's not. But you can do this. You can make this happen if you just take the time to think, how can I do this? The scripture says this. I got to start applying this. We can't just read the verses and let it go through one ear and out the other. We've got to learn to start applying these things into our lives every day. It's not always easy. Trust me, I know. But we can do this. We can do this. Our verse then says, devote yourself to the public reading of Scripture. It's the word that will change us. Did you hear that? It's the word that always brings change in us. Yes, we can do a lot through our personal will and self-determination. But the Word of Yahweh can make the changes come so much easier. You see, growing in maturity doesn't mean you're growing in Yahweh. But growing in Yahweh means you're growing in maturity. One more time. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in life, in love, in faith, and in purity. Until I come, devote yourself to the public reading of Scripture, to preaching, and to teaching. We titled this message simply, Because You're Young. You see, you can let people look down on you because you're young. Or, because you're young, you can be determined to not let people have a reason to look down on you. You're not a child anymore. But it's up to you to prove it. The choice is yours. You can do this. You can do this. You really can. Well, that's all I have for today. Think about it. Pray about it. But more than anything, be a doer of the word and not a hearer only. Until next time, shalom. I'm going to do this slide one more time.